Google just announced its intelligent eyewear, and not only does Meta have some pretty fierce competition, but they should probably be worrying. What's up friends, Nathan B Tech here. Google just announced its intelligent eyewear in two different forms. One is going to be called display glasses, which we're going to get more info on and hopefully a release date later this year. And the other is going to be called audio glasses, which should be coming out later this fall. Display glasses is arguably the one I'm most excited for and the one I'm waiting for, just because you're going to have a larger playground to play with and have a little bit more capability to do more things. Some new examples that they used this time is going to be live translation, calling an Uber and having it come pick up to you while it's showing the live status, as well as creating widgets with Gemini intelligence. However, the ones that we're getting later this fall are going to be called audio glasses with the two brands, Gentle Monster and Warby Parker. So firstly, going into design, I think this is where it's going to differentiate from Meta. I think the Gentle Monster design is arguably going to be more popular with the women, just because most smart glasses have arguably looked the same for as long as they've been out, with them being bulky and not really having much style, more playing a safe approach. But the Gentle Monsters kind of take an approach that's more fashion based, and I think that's going to really resonate a lot with a lot of people. Now, in terms of standard glasses, I don't know how they're going to do that. They definitely look good as shades, but we'll see what happens. Maybe transitions, maybe actual physical lenses. There's no information disclosed on that just yet. While the Warby Parker design kind of follows a more safe approach with a little bit more character than I would say what the Ray-Bans offer from Meta. I think they have a little bit more of a style to them, with like the more curvature around the frame, and you can kind of see it. It is kind of unisex, where you see the gentleman actually presenting them actually has them on in the whole presentation. The big news, and this one actually caught me and I'm sure a lot of people off guard, is these are going to be iOS compatible. Something tells me that the Gemini deal that Google and Apple had behind the scenes probably incorporated Gemini intelligence somewhere in there, giving Google the capability to use these on iOS. This is huge, meaning that anyone with an iPhone can also use this, and I think it's going to give a lot of creativity, as well as even be a bigger threat to what Meta has. Now, some of the key highlighted features that are going to be on these audio glasses that Meta doesn't have is obviously Gemini intelligence. I think we can both agree that Gemini is just leagues ahead of what Meta AI has. Although Meta AI is good, it's not conversational to where you could have multiple questions and inquiries in the same conversation, as well as stutter, and it would be able to still understand you. And with the implementation of Gemini intelligence being built into these glasses as well, it gives you the capability of Google Nano Banana. So not only are you going to be able to capture media just like how the Meta glasses are, and arguably it's the biggest reason that Meta has its user base as is, but you'll be able to let Gemini know to make this into whatever your heart desires with Nano Banana. So that's a good twist. That's a good implementation that you're going to be able to do directly on device. You won't have to do it later in post after you look at your phone. So that's going to be pretty game breaking. I think it's going to be really popular. And then obviously with Gemini intelligence, this one's probably going to be more user based depending on who you are. Obviously you'll have to put in all of your information, etc., but you'll be able to use Gemini hands-free to make select orders, right? So potentially that Uber example that we saw, you'll probably have that same capability on the audio glasses. You just won't see the live timeline of when your Uber will arrive, but you'll still be able to place the order. As well as the example that they used in IO is ordering your coffee ahead. So knowing your order with Gemini intelligence, going through the app as an agent and placing the order all hands-free at the command of your voice. Pretty neat technology. Now, in a matter of will this actually work, we'll see, but the fact that it is being advertised to do so is really neat. Honestly, I wasn't really particularly excited for the audio glasses until they told me that it has a watch integration. So one cool thing that they did is they used Google Nano Banana as an example, and then once the photo was post and finished and ready to be seen, rather than having to go through your phone, opening the application and looking at it, it actually popped up live on the watch once it was ready. I think that was a really good way to streamline the feed to have it more ready to go, and I think that's going to be very useful in party scenarios where you could still just show everyone on your watch. I guess it would still work on your phone as well. It's just going to be a matter of taking it out of your pocket, which is defeating the purpose of having the glasses on anyways. So realistically, being able to do this and just have it ready to go is really, really neat. Now, like we said, these are going to be coming out later this fall, so let me know if you guys are excited. I am very particularly excited myself. I do own a pair of the Meta Oakleys already, and they've been actually quite useful for me. And I've been really waiting for Google to release the Android XR variants with all of the Gemini features cooked in that would sync better and speak better with my phone. I'm also very excited to see that there is going to be some pretty drastic design changes. Like I said, the Gentle Monster design is very out of the park, and I think that's exactly what we need. I'm tired of the SpongeBob SquarePants memes of these giant glasses on your face that look very generic. I'm glad that we're finally getting some styles implemented into these smart glasses. And from first impressions, they didn't look very thick as well. They looked more like a traditional pair of glasses. So not only is that significantly better than Meta, I think Meta still look pretty bulky, and you can tell, and sometimes it pops off your face depending on the size of your nose, as well as the side of your face. I think these are just gonna blend in more casually and look better in a day-to-day usage. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Are you excited for audio glasses? Are you going to wait for display glasses? I think this is going to be the start of a new era for how we use our devices. Having these hands-free have already made a huge drastic change, and I think it's only going to continue to get crazier, especially once other OEMs jump on Android XR. I think this is going to spread like a wildfire and take off. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you did find the video helpful, make sure to drop a big fat like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.